Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel called Determined to Praise. I pray that you guys are having a great week, that you guys are having a great day. I hope that you guys enjoyed last week's video. I hope that you guys continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Um, and for those of you who would love to share a testimony, please reach out to Determined to Praise 2022 at gmail.com. So today I want to talk about doubting God. I feel like so many times we believe in something, we have faith in something, and we quickly doubt when something happens or when people say certain things. So I was on TikTok and I seen a video. It was this guy, it was him, but he was talking to God. And he pretty much was asking God, um, are you really there for us? Are you really protecting us? Are you really doing the things that you say that you will do? And he responded by saying, yes, everything in the Bible is true. Everything in it is true. I do everything that's in the Bible. It's us who doubt and don't believe. And when I heard it, I thought it was so crazy because, I mean, we read the Bible scriptures and we get so much hope. We go, oh my God, you know, um, I'm with you. I'm always with you. You're never forsaken. And we read different things and it gives us encouragement. But then it's like, as soon as we're faced with something, we quickly doubt and no longer believe what God has already told us is true. And I mean, I get it, in life, things just happen and messes with your mind. And I feel like it's just really a trick of the enemy, to try to stop us from doing things that God needs us to do, to stop us from doing things that we want to do or things that we may need to do, because that's his job to distract us, to block us, to stop us, to make sure we don't keep moving forward. And like I said, I know it's hard. It's a very, very difficult thing to do when you allow the enemy in, because he causes so much confusion in our minds. And it's crazy because it happens so quickly. You could be like, okay, God has told me to do this. Yes, I know he has. You get confirmation. You're like, yes, this is for me. I know this is it. Oh, I believe. I'm so thankful that God has placed this on my heart and that he's giving me the confirmation to do this. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do this thing. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. And then you tell somebody, or you tell this person, or somebody tells you, I don't know about that. You sure that's what he called you to do? I don't know. You sure you want to do that? That seems kind of hard. That's a little scary. Like, I don't know. I just think that's a little weird. But I mean, that's what you want to do. Go ahead. And we take those things that people say, and now we're doubting. Now we're not believing anymore that God has called us to do the specific thing, or now we're not trusting in him anymore. And it's so crazy how quickly we can go from believing and trusting to now not believing and doubting and feeling like that wasn't for us in the first place, and maybe God didn't really say it to me, or maybe he's not really going to do that. But no, 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 no. If God said it, if you heard it, if you felt it, if you got that confirmation, that's for you. God's going to do that thing. It doesn't change, or it's not going to not happen now because you now doubt it, or now other people around you are doubting. Let the other people around you doubt. Sometimes you got to be by yourself and believe for yourself and have that faith by yourself. You're not going to always have people around you that are going to push you or motivate you or encourage you. Sometimes you just really have to do that by yourself. And you got to trust and believe that what God told you. Like I said, easier said than done. It's not always easy to have faith, because we're going to have moments where we doubt. We're going to have moments where we're afraid or we're worried because it doesn't look like what God said that it is. He tells you one thing and you can't see that happening. So now you're confused. Now you're wondering and worrying, if was this really it to begin with? Yes, yes, it was it to begin with. It was it. It didn't change. He didn't change his mind. Nothing else is happening. We just have to trust in him, regardless of what the situation looks like, regardless of what people around us are saying. We have to trust God anyway and keep moving forward. Again, like I said, I know it's a hard thing to do, but that's why we gotta continuously pray, ask God to keep giving us the strength to help strengthen our faith in those moments where we're doubting, because it happens, and it happens so quickly, where we, God gave me a word, I trust in this, and then now all of a sudden you're doubting everything. And sometimes it's not even other people, sometimes it's just us, when you sit down and you start thinking about whatever it is that God has said to you or whatever it is that's happening, and then you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Oh man, what if this doesn't work out? What if that doesn't work out? What if I try it like this and it don't turn out like this and it turns out like that? And then now you're doubting yourself and you're overthinking and worrying about everything else. One thing that I can say is that majority of time, those things that we're doubting, those things that we're afraid are going to happen, most likely will not happen. We literally overthink so many situations. We make we create situations that are probably not even going to happen. It's just our mind. Because I know me, I'm an overthinker. I'm one of those people where I picture something and then I think about the best possibilities, but then I think about the worst possibilities. Just so that way I can be prepared just in case. That's kind of how my mind works. And sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it. But at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's not about what we think. It's not about what we feel. It's about what God has for you. It's about what He has planned for you. Because regardless of what we can see, what He has planned may be different. And just because, like I said, it doesn't look like it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And we spend so much time focusing on things, focusing on the negative, focusing on what we think, focusing on what we feel, that we miss what God is doing sometimes. And we can't focus so much on the negative. We can't focus on what it looks like, because sometimes it's just not going to look the way you want it to look. But that doesn't mean that nothing is happening, nothing is going on. So we got to continue to have faith and trust and got to keep pushing. So I wrote down a couple of Bible scriptures. Work with me because I wrote down a lot, but I'm just going to read a couple of them. So the first one is, "For nothing is impossible with God." That's Luke 1:37. I'm going to say that's one of my favorite Bible verses because I really think we do so much of putting God into a box because we don't feel like it can happen, or it doesn't look like it can happen. And it's like we're forgetting that God literally can do anything. Like there's no limitations on Him. There's no, oh, we've went too high and He can't do anything else. No, He can do anything. Anything is possible if we trust and believe in Him. And so we got to stop putting Him in a box. We got to stop doubting Him when things don't look the way that we want them to look. We have to trust Him anyway, because you just never know when God can make things happen. He can, it's crazy the way He can turn things around so quickly. You know, if things are going down here, if things aren't looking right and you feel like you're about to drown, and there'll be God coming right in to save you in the nick of time. So regardless of what the situation may look like, regardless of what people around you are saying, regardless of the doubts that you may have, the fear that you may have, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Don't let the enemy stop you. Don't let him creep into your mind and plant seeds of doubt and have you no longer believing that God can do it, because God can do it. There's no there's no pause button, there's no stop button. God can do anything and He can do all things. Um the other one I wrote down is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control." He didn't even give us the spirit of fear. This is something, we picked up, something that the world has given to us, because so many things the non-believers in the world doesn't believe, because it doesn't make sense, because it's impossible, because we can't mathematically find the answer to it. It's like, oh, there's no way that can happen. And it's like God doesn't need any of that. He's God. He doesn't need it to make sense. It doesn't have to be mathematically right or any of those things. God can make it happen because He's God. He is capable of doing anything and everything. So it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It doesn't have to be possible to anyone else. We as believers believe that God can do it. We as believers have faith that God can do anything. Um, Proverbs 3:5-8. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding." Because again, everything isn't going to always look the way that it is. Things could look messy, but that doesn't mean that God can't fix it or God can't create what He said that He would create. Things don't always look the way that they seem. And a lot of times when you're in your storms, you can't see your way out. That doesn't mean that God isn't working. That doesn't mean things aren't happening. We have to My friend does this a lot before I praise dance. He's like, she does this. Just take away the thoughts, take away the thinking, take away the doubting, take away the negativity, whatever it is that's in your mind, take it out, take it out, take it out. Because it's not of God in the first place. Those things that have us going crazy and being confused and wondering and worrying how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and why is it. Stop doing that. We stress ourselves out thinking about tomorrow when we haven't even finished today yet. We got to stop doing that. And again, easier said than done. I myself struggle with the same thing, but we got to really, really stop, because we spend so much time worrying and stressing about things. And it's like, I didn't even have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry. That thing I was worrying about, it didn't even happen. It didn't even happen. God came in and made it work. Like, we really, really stress ourselves out worrying about things, and we have to stop doing that. Let's see. For we walk by faith and not by sight. That's 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. And this is the last one. But the Lord is faithful, and he will establish you and guard you against the evil one. That's 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 3. So I wrote down the definition for doubt, and it says it's a feeling of uncertainty. And again, it's just a trick of the enemy. He's going to always come in to stop us. He's going to always come in to get in our way, to block us from going in the direction that we need to go in. And we have to trust in God and believe in his word, believe in the Bible and the things that he's put in there for us to read. It's hard. Like I said, it's hard. I get it, that sometimes it just feels so impossible. Sometimes it just feels like there's no way. Sometimes it feels like everything that you believed in, it's just not going to happen, because things aren't going your way and they aren't looking right. And it's just like, I'm trying and I'm pushing and nothing seems to be happening. But keep going, keep pushing, keep trusting in God. Do not stop here. Do not go backwards. Don't allow the enemy to confuse you. Don't allow him to step in and cause you to doubt, cause you to worry, cause you to stress, because he's lying. Those things that you're thinking, those things that you're worried about, those things that you're frustrated about, those things that really, really have you on the edge, because you just like, I don't know, I can't figure it out. Give it to God and trust him with it. Because one thing I always tell myself when I'm doing something and I get close, or um I'm like, God didn't bring me here to leave me. He didn't bring me this far to leave me. He did not bring me this far to leave me. And I have to tell myself that a lot. And don't and I say this in, don't think that I don't doubt, because I still have moments where I doubt. I have them a lot. I'm being stressed out. So I'm telling you these things, and I'm not saying you can't be afraid or stressed or worried, because it happens. It happens. It happens. We're human beings. We're going to stress and worry about things. It happens. But we have to look to God, and we have to trust in him. We have to trust in his word. We have to remember that he's there even when we can't feel him and see him. We have to remember that he's always with us, that he will never leave us or forsake us. And that's not just something that's being said. It's true. It's a fact that God is always with us, that God will never leave our sides, that God isn't bringing us to things to leave us there, that God is with us every step of the way. And when he will continue to carry us and strengthen us each and every day to get through the things that we have to deal with. So even though things may not look right, they may not feel right, it may not seem right, trust God and have faith in him. Know that he's with you and he's going to be with you. He's never going to leave you. He's with us always. Remember that. Keep that in your mind. Remember that God did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not bring you this far to leave you. Say it to yourself. Repeat it to yourself. Write it down. He did not bring you this far to leave you. Yes, it's not looking right. Yes, it's a struggle. Yes, you feel like quitting. Yes, you're overwhelmed. Yes, you're getting tired. Yes, you want to walk away. But keep going. Keep pushing and trusting God and have faith in him that all those things that he said he was going to do for you, he's going to do them. Everything that he said he's going to do, he's going to do them. It doesn't stop. It's not on break. It's not a pause. Keep going. Keep pushing. Don't allow the enemy to win. Don't allow him to continuously plant seeds of doubt into your mind. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Keep going. And like I said, I know it's hard. If you want to know something about me, I get so many days where I doubt. So many days where I worry. So many days where I stress. A lot. Honestly, a lot, a lot, a lot. and I don't stop. And the reason why I refuse to stop is because, and this is just me. This is just me. I feel like I can't, like, if God has asked me to do something, I have to do it. There's so many days I don't feel like posting videos. You know, I'm just like, people watching, is it doing this? Is it doing that? And at the end of the day, I'm doing this for God. And so I get on here because it's for God. Not because it's for me, not because I need something or want something, but because I feel like this is what God needs me to do right now. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. Whether I feel like it, whether I want to, that's just me. Am I stressed out? Yes. Some days I'm stressed out. Some days I'm overwhelmed. Some days I'm just like, I'm over it. But you know what? Regardless of how I feel, I have to get up and do what God needs me to do. I have to keep moving. I have to keep pushing. And the more I push, the more I keep going, the more I go forward, the more I refuse to stop. God's going to keep being there. He's going to keep filling me and strengthening me. And it's just going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. So, yes, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to want to quit. You're going to be done. You're going to lack faith some days, but keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing. Because think about it, you get nowhere if you stop. You get nowhere if you quit. You get nowhere if you go back. You get nowhere. What did you win? What happened? Nothing. But if you get up every day, regardless of how you feel, and just be honest, I tell God, Lord, look, I really don't feel like doing this right now. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to get up and do it because I know it's what you need me to do. Just be honest about how you feel. He already knows we're human. It happens. It happens. I'm sure a lot of people out here doing things, preaching, whatever, they don't, I know we all have moments where we're overwhelmed and the devil is, it just feels like he's sitting on our back, and no matter what we do, it's just nothing's going in our favor. But you can't let that stop you. And I'm not saying you can't be stressed or upset or sad. You have every right to feel your feelings. We're human beings and it happens. Just try not to let your emotions and your feelings stop you from doing what's necessary. And yes, it hurts when you're being stretched and pulled, and God is trying to do things in you and it feels uncomfortable because you're so worried and you don't know how you're going to get things done and how things are going to happen. Trust Him anyway and keep pushing. I promise you, I promise you, you can do so much more than what you think that you can do. God is with you. There, you don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. He's with you, and you can do all things with God. You can do all things with God. There's no limitations. So trust in Him, have faith in Him, and know that He is with you. And I know you're worried and you're stressed, but you don't have to be. Trust in God and know that He is with you. He did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not bring you this far to leave you. Trust in Him and know that He's with you every step of the way. I pray that this message helps somebody, that it encourages somebody. Have faith. Don't lack in your faith. Trust in Him. Stand tall and trust in Him every step of the way. I know you're weak and you're worried, but trust in Him. He's got you. He's with you. He's not going to leave you. You're never alone. I pray that this message helps somebody. I pray that you guys stay encouraged. Keep pushing. Stay motivated. Trust in God. Continue to pray. Continue to push forward. Do not allow yourself or the enemy to stop you from moving forward. You got to keep going. You got to finish the race. You got to keep moving. You got to keep pushing. Trust in God. Trust in God. Um, I pray that you guys continue to like, share, subscribe, comment, and please, those of you who would still like to share testimonies, I'm still here. I still want to do the testimonies. I still want to help you share your stories. So please email me at determinedtopraise2022@gmail.com, or you can inbox me on Facebook. I pray that you guys have a great day. Have a blessed week. Stay encouraged. Keep pushing. Keep going. And just trust in God every step of the way. Right?